We recently had a dubious post from 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖓𝖈 that had no indication whatsoever. In my case, she quickly told me about it in private, so I was already aware of the horror I had just heard, until 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖈𝖓𝖈 spread it to everyone with this post. Yes, another drama surrounding grooming. First of all, here are the ones 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖓𝖈 showed me on Discord. We're not going to lie to ourselves that a conversation like that is really weird. So you have to wonder what 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖈 wanted from this conversation? Well, from the emoji alone, and the lack of precision on his part, we can deduce that he was trying to make a dubious connection with 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖓𝖈. Even if, in reality, love has no age because yes, there are couples with a big age gap. The fact that 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖈 will soon be 17 and 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖓𝖈 is only 13 means that such an act is clearly prohibited. Lovers who are 3 or 4 years apart in age, if it's done within a legal framework with no prohibited acts, in itself it's not a problem. But if you start grooming her, then yes, it becomes a serious problem. So I'm asking him to calm down his hormones, because if he doesn't, he'll be seriously harmed. When the truth came out, 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖈 was obviously scared and preferred to play the innocence card, accusing 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖓𝖈 of blackmailing him to further damage his reputation. He's so scared that he won't admit to anything, even when 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖓𝖈 wants to ask him for an explanation. No desire to answer for fear of being wrong. Isn't that incredible? Especially as apparently he's online, so he can see that she's been sending messages. But he's too scared to admit it because the truth isn't in his favor. In conclusion, his silence is all the more ridiculous because it proves 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖓𝖈 right. So he's a disgusting predator who takes pleasure into making weird and disgusting things towards younger girls. Now, I'd like to make a quick but violent attack on 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖈. 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖈 good little watchdog, who continues to defend his master even though the evidence proves that he is not innocent. We all know why he does this, because he's obsessed with 𝕲𝖈𝖓𝖈𝖓𝖈 and knows that 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖈 doesn't like her either. It's clear that without him, 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖈 is nothing but a piece of rubbish that tarnishes the community. He's so ridiculous and pathetic that even 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖈 doesn't like him, and that's perfectly normal when you consider what a keyboard warrior he is. And now let's talk about that thing's called 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖈, which is literally an alt and not even a simple person. It's already clear that this account has only one purpose, which is to defend 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖈. And all the more incredible when people point out the obvious fact that there is a lie. Here is the extremely useful defense she has chosen to make. You'll be surprised how well she knows how to defend herself. What a defense! I'm shocked because it's so good. That's all for this video, while we wait for other information to circulate again. Obviously, not all the evidence of the facts can be a source of total certainty. I'm simply basing my opinion on what I've been able to find out and on the words of those concerned.